Hi everyone, I am here today to do a kind of 3-book-in-1 review for you. These are novellas or short stories, and so I've not got an awful lot to say about each one, but hopefully 3 will add up to a suitably lengthed video. And they are all related, so it makes sense to join them together. So this review is the first 3 books in the Shadow Market series by Cassandra Clare and Sarah Rees Brennan. The first book is Son of the Dawn. The second one is Cast Long Shadows, and the third is Every Exquisite Thing. And these have been coming out one a month. Every Exquisite Thing came out this month, and obviously May and April for the other 2. And there's going to be one a month, and these are going to help on the lead up to the final book in the Dark Artifices series. So first of all, I want to start out this review by saying that I will not spoil these individual novellas, short stories, whatever you want to call them. However, I can't promise that I won't be spoiling anything that happens in The Mortal Instruments, The Infernal Devices, or indeed The Dark Artifices. So, if you haven't read all of them, if you haven't read basically everything up to this point that is in the Shadowhunter Chronicles, I really wouldn't watch any further than here. I will tell you right now that I gave each one of these 4 stars, and if you haven't read beyond that point, then please just go away, come back when you're all caught up, because I don't want to accidentally spoil you, and that might actually happen. So we are now moving on to anything that might spoil, so please exit now if you need to. These Shadow Market stories are all based on Jem, aka Brother Zachariah, who kind of spends a lot of time there, and he's going to feature in each story. He seems to vary how much he features in each one so far, which is a little frustrating at times when you're getting so much focus on other stuff and you're just thinking, I just want more Jem. But you do get rewarded by seeing some other well-known loved characters too. So yeah, I'm going to move on to the first book at this point, which is Son of the Dawn. And I'd say the main thing that really appealed to me about this one is we get to meet up with Raphael again. Raphael is a vampire. He's actually a character that I didn't like very much originally, but as the Mortal Instruments went on, he did really grow on me. And he's definitely a character that I was pleased to see again. And because this was the first story that I picked up, this was really just a really welcome, unexpected kind of entry to the series again, because I didn't even know these existed. I was watching a different booktuber's channel, so the mention and was like, what? How did I not know about these? Like, by this point it was nearly June. I was like, this has been out a while now and I've not heard anyone talk about it at all, so I was like so excited to pick it up. Flew through it. I've read each one of these in under an hour, and I was just so surprised to be able to pick something up and just fly through and get back into the world again. It was such a welcome experience that I didn't necessarily think about how little is contained within the story itself. Because I really do feel like, this sounds terrible, I mean I gave it 4 stars so I can't kind of claim too much this, but I really do feel like Cassandra Clare should really just stick to full-length novels. I don't feel like her short story collections ever really truly grab me in the same way that her novels do. That's just my opinion. I mean, I still enjoyed it, they really lack kind of depth, which I get is going to happen when they're like 60 odd pages long, but still it makes it quite difficult to get involved in the story, if you follow me. And that is definitely a criticism that I've got for all 3 of these. So the second book, which is Cast Long Shadows, this one follows Matthew Fairchild and James Herondale, and this one appealed because of the characters involved. I mean, the moment you see the name Herondale, you're like, oh yes, yes, yes. And this one, again, I got relatively into the story, but there's only so much involvement you can feel in such a short space of time. And I feel like too much time is spent kind of getting you back into the world in terms of the characters, rather than kind of almost getting you involved in the story itself. So I felt like I knew everything about these characters within these few pages, yet I didn't really feel like there was an awful lot of story, an awful lot of plot. Then the third one, which I literally just finished reading last night, is Every Exquisite Thing. And this story follows Anna Lightwood. Anna Lightwood is the daughter of Cecily and Gabriel. And they are obviously very common characters to come across in the Infernal Devices. So this has definitely been my favourite story so far because I love the Infernal Devices anyway. But it was great to just have so much interaction with the characters from the Infernal Devices, to get Cecily and Gabriel again. I love Cecily anyway, she is such a strong character and she's really just got some zest and oomph for life. I love her. And this has a romance in it, which I really quite enjoyed. It was really quite nice to see, but again, it felt so lacking because they're just so short. I mean, I don't know whether it's because Cassandra Clare books are normally absurdly long, so you notice the difference even more when she's doing a short story compared to a normal author. But yeah, I felt like it was lacking. It's not going to stop me picking up all the rest, and I knew that I was going to feel like this going into these, to be honest, so it's not anything new. But I just found it a little bit frustrating all the same. I do recommend you pick these up if you've read the rest of the Shadowhunter Chronicles, just because it's really helping to fill the gap between now and December when the final book in the Dark Artifices comes out. But yeah, for now, don't hype yourself up over them. Just pick them up when you can. If you want to, pick them up on Kindle. Otherwise, you can wait until whenever the last one's out, and then there will be a physical bind-up, as there always is, I am sure. Before I go, I just want to quickly mention, what is with these awful covers? Is it just me that thinks these covers are awful? Do you not think that each one just looks like some tacky thing that I could have drawn, quite frankly? I'm really not into them. That's what I'm going to end the note of this review on. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe by clicking the image of me if you want to see more book reviews and other bookish content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!